Directing the men on our global frontiers are the men at the Pentagon. Our $50 billion defense program is explained by Secretary of Defense McNamara.
In the past year, we've doubled the rate of building Polaris submarines. We've doubled capacity to produce Minuteman missiles. We've increased airlift and tactical fighter procurement by 100%. We've tripled the Army's special forces, and we've increased the number of Army's combat-ready divisions by nearly 50%. We've streamlined the military chain of command for faster action, and we've made the vital job of recruiting, training, instructing, and equipping our fighting men the primary function of the individual service secretaries. In concluding, I'd like to repeat General Marshall's words, for I believe that today they apply to every serviceman. General Marshall said, "The soldier's heart, the soldier's spirit, the soldier's soul are everything. Unless the soldier's soul sustains him, he cannot be relied on. He'll fail himself, his commander, and his country in the end. It's morale that wins the victory. It's staying power, the spirit which endures to the end, the will to win."
The Deputy Secretary of Defense is second in command at the Pentagon. He shares the responsibility for shaping our overall military power with Secretary McNamara on the top civilian management team, which includes the 3 service secretaries. When Secretary McNamara is away from the Pentagon, the deputy is in charge. The Secretary of the Army heads the department that provides the soldiers we need, whether it be for counterinsurgency, civic action, conventional war, or tactical nuclear response. The Secretary of the Navy has the mission of ensuring that our Navy and Marine Corps are capable of dealing with everything from the Cuban crisis and counterinsurgency to nuclear war. The Secretary of the Air Force, shown here welcoming home reservists, stresses their individual contributions. His job is to keep our Air Force ready for missions from aerial jungle warfare to deterring nuclear conflict. The top military team consists of the Joint Chiefs of Staff who direct our overall strategy and operations. General Wheeler represents the Army. Admiral Anderson is the Navy member. General LeMay heads the Air Force. And General Shoup is Commandant of the Marine Corps. The new chairman is General Maxwell D. Taylor, who assumed office October 1st, 1962.
I'm looking forward with real anticipation to my new assignment in the Pentagon and a service as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. I find in this building, the old Pentagon, a new atmosphere and a new approach to the problems of defense, which to me are most heartening. I refer to such things as the rediscovery of the need for conventional forces, the recognition of subversive insurgency as an important form of modern conflict, and the willingness to make hard decisions in the controversial areas of defense.
In recent years, the Secretary of Defense, through the Joint Chiefs of Staff, has directed the far-flung military operations of the unified commands composed of all services. Also, there are specified commands, which means single service commands, such as the Strategic Air Command. There are 9 in all. Depending on the military crisis of the moment, the Joint Chiefs can designate the appropriate command for action. The Atlantic Command, with headquarters at Norfolk, Virginia, handled the Cuban crisis with Admiral Dennison at the helm. The Pacific Command, with headquarters in Honolulu, handles Southeast Asia and the Far East with Admiral Felt in overall charge. The European Command, with headquarters in Paris, is closely associated with the Supreme Command of NATO. Both are led by General Lemnitzer. Strike Command, located at Tampa, Florida, the newest unified command, is under General Adams. Combat elements of the Army and Air Force are prepared to strike hard and fast anywhere in the world. SAC, Strategic Air Command, is a nuclear deterrent to war with its tremendous second strike or counterpunch capability.